I don't think this sun is going to do me any just right here. How is everyone doing? The sun is directly in my face. How is everyone doing today, chosen ones? I pray all is well with you all. Come in and let me know how you're doing this afternoon, this evening rather. How are you all doing? How are you all doing this evening? Let me know how you're doing. Come on in. I know I'm a little delayed. Ooh, that sun is bright. I have to leave this here. Hey, Dwayne. Thank you. Hey, Kiosha. How are you doing? Y'all see I've been on fire lately. I just been coming with these messages. I wanted to go live before I went to a funeral today. So I wanted to go live earlier, but when I go to talking, I just keep going and going. Yeah, Dwayne, I've been on fire. Listen, because I got these downloads and I have to get them out. And this one here, you see the title. You know, as chosen ones, we have to learn to unsubscribe from people's issues. You know, as a chosen one, you make people relevant. You being a part of the issue, you engaging with them, you make them relevant. And hold on, let me make sure my Bluetooth is off. Hold on. Oh yeah, my Bluetooth was on. My Bluetooth was on, so I had to turn it off. There were those numbers, 11 people watching, 1 like. So that's 111. Oh yeah, that's why I say I have to come do these messages. I know, you know, people can relate. They're just not for me. Oh, this is what I know. But listen, this is what I want to tell you all. Okay, as a chosen one, right? You have to unsubscribe from people's issues because you make people relevant. You make them relevant. Once you unsubscribe from their issues, they're no longer relevant. As long as they can keep you intertwined into their foolishness, you give that thing life. But once you unsubscribe, once you fall back, once you disassociate, once you go no contact, once they become dead to you, the situation become dead to you, it's like you don't have time. And I went to a funeral today. And you know, I was just sitting there and I was just thinking about all the time that we waste on people who are irrelevant, people who want us to keep us trapped up in their negativity, people who want to keep us in this dysfunctional cycle of nonsense, wasting and stealing our time, and people are leaving here left and right. The only thing you will have left for your loved ones and families are memories. And you don't have time to be fighting with people and their demons. You let them go deal with their demons. You let them handle whatever issue they got going on. Leave them to deal with their issue. I don't care who it is. Hi, Tyrenia, Montreal, Psalms 46, verse 1, The Legend of Oz. I don't care who it is. If it's your children, let them go. If it's a toxic mother, a toxic father, and I'm not here to say, you disrespect your parents, because I never speak against the Bible. But you don't have to subject yourself to the toxicity in the issues that they keep going through over and over and over and over. You going through the same thing with these people, and you're wasting precious time. Like, when does it end? And this is when it ends, chosen ones. You are going to have to end it. Like I said earlier, don't allow your loyalty to stop and hinder you spiritually. Because sometimes we become loyal to these people. We've been ingrained. This have been ingrained in us. You make sure you be there for your family. You make sure you be there for this person. You make sure you be there for that person. But who's going to be there for you? Chosen one, who's there for you? Other than people trying to pull you into their mess. They're trying to pull you into their dysfunction. Who's there for you? You trying to be the sane one while they're driving you insane with foolishness, with unnecessary drama. Foolishness, unnecessary drama. It's almost like they have to go create something that's not there. That's why people lie and create false narratives and pretend and, going through all these leaps and bounds of just false accusations and foolishness. When does it end? When does it end? And it ends when the chosen one pull back. When the chosen one fall back. That's when it ends. You have the power, chosen one. You give every situation life, whether you know it or not. Things don't be going smooth and no happenings don't be going on until you're in that picture. But you exclude yourself. That's what you do. Exclude yourself and watch people self-destruct. Stop running behind people. Stop trying to get them the help that they don't want. Stop trying to help them. Stop giving your energy, your time and resources. Stop trying to help people who don't want to be helped. Leave them to God. Let them go through their stuff. Let them learn life on their own. The best thing I ever did, the best thing I ever learned as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, as a friend. And I got one friend, one of my BFFs. She didn't know that God was dealing with me with the same thing. I was going through something. And she told me that she had to learn. And I had to learn too. I was learning when she said this. She had to learn to not interfere with people's process. She had to learn to not be rescuing people from going through their process. And it's so true. As a chosen one, you have to learn to let people go through their process. Yes, it may hurt you to watch some people go through things. Excuse me. It may hurt you. You may can't stand to, stand to watch it. But as a chosen one, you have to allow people to go through their process. You cannot stop them from going through their process. And we try to protect people a lot, chosen ones, because we don't want people to feel what we felt. And that's okay, because we empathize. Our empathy is a weakness of ours. Our empathy is a weakness of ours. And we can let that get in the way sometimes of trying to rescue people who don't want to be rescued. People get more attention when they're playing the victim. They get more attention when they're trying to recruit people to fall for their little sob story. Oh, it's me. Whoa, it's me. Oh, it is you. You are it's you, because you don't want to take accountability. You don't want to be responsible. You want to point the finger and blame everyone else. but yourself. Oh, my mama did this. My mama said that. My daddy did this. My mama wasn't there for me. My daddy wasn't. I don't heard it all. I've experienced it all. I've experienced it all. And I'm still not making it an excuse. I'm not making it an excuse. I've seen it all. You hear me? As a little girl, I have seen it all. I have heard it all. But I still found somewhere deep down in myself to tell myself that you have to rescue you. You have to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You have to fight to get yourself out of whatever it is you're going through. You have to fight. You can't sit there and blame your mom. Your mom is dead. Your dad is gone. Your grandparents are gone. You don't have anyone to fall back on. Both my mom and my dad deceased. All my grandparents deceased. I don't have anyone to fall back on. I don't have anyone to, like, you know what? Let me call grandma and see if grandma can help me. No. I'm responsible for me. Me and the Lord. I'm responsible. I'm responsible for getting myself however I feel about what I didn't get as a child. I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for getting over it. Whatever it is, if something is hindering me. But you got these people out here that just have all these issues. Someone else is always the problem. Everyone else is always the problem. If it were not for them, if they didn't do this, no, what about yourself? Look at yourself and see what you could do different. Oh, we don't want to do that. The hardest pill I ever had to swallow was look myself in the mirror and deal with myself. That was one of the hardest pills I had to swallow. To look in the mirror and deal with myself. Yes. It doesn't come overnight. Yes, I'm a fighter. I've been a fighter. And I'm still fighting. But as I learn and I go through my process, I'm learning, and it's a powerful thing, regardless of the title. I'm learning to unsubscribe from people's issues that don't have anything to do with me. Gone are the days, gone are the days that I'm going to be somebody emotional punching bag. Gone are the days, am I going to be somebody, blame shifting? I'm the problem. Gone are those days. Gone are the days where people are pulling on my emotional strings to and fro because I empathize with them. I don't want this person to go through this. No, I've unsubscribed. And unsubscribing was the best thing I ever learned to do. It was the best thing I ever learned to do. You're talking about a peace that surpasses all understanding. There's nothing like a peace in your soul when you unsubscribe from people's issues and their demons, what they got going on. The demons that they're fighting. And they're bringing that mess onto you because they want to keep sinning. You trying to get out of sin because sin is what's bringing on the consequences. You trying to fight your way out of the sin. You repenting for the sins of your ancestors. You repenting the sins from your mom and your dad. You repenting. And you trying to get yourself up out of that. Right? Your mom and daddy, the stuff that they did. You repenting, trying to pull yourself up out of that. And people running to sin. They running the perversion. They run into the foolishness and got you caught up in it. You getting caught up in their fight by default. That's why some of y'all are not at peace. Y'all are around people who are not at peace. You're around people that's stuck in their sin and perversion, and they transferring that stuff onto you. That's why your spirit can't rest. That's why you warring. That's why you having them bad dreams. You having nightmares. You stagnant. Seem like you take 2 steps forward and fall 10 back. Check the people around you. Family or not, check the people around you. I remember I had a person that I was connected with. They were battling with their demons. I was going through straight warfare. Straight warfare, dreams and just up and down in my spirit. My spirit never could settle. While they're out there into all kind of sin, into all kind of foolishness and lifestyle that is just degrading. And I had to make a choice. Am I going to choose myself and my sanity, or continue to allow this foolishness, what this person is doing, because they don't want to be obedient? They're falling further into sin. Am I going to allow myself, right? Am I going to allow myself to keep running behind this person, feeling sorry and get my feelings involved? Or am I going to let this person go for my peace of mind? And I had to make a choice. When I tell you that was the hardest choice I ever had to make in my life. One of the hardest. And I understood in that moment, making that hard decision, regardless of what people thought of me. Regardless of what people thought of me, I made a decision. And when I tell you, when I unsubscribed, my peace, my sleep, I sleep good at night, knowing that I'm not associated with deceit, associated with manipulation, associated with, with the person always sneaking behind my back, trying to do this, trying to do that, going to this person, lying on this person, telling this person this, and I'm always feeling like I got to be worried about what is going on. No, I unsubscribed. You keep that foolishness right over there. And it's been 3 years since I unsubscribed from that foolishness. 3 years. And that was the best decision I ever made. It was a hard decision, but the best decision I ever made. Because the person is just full of deceit, full of wickedness, full of trying to play little mind games. And see, nobody else could see it. But a chosen one, we can see straight through the soul. We see straight through the soul. That's why they don't like being around you. That's why they hide and run from your chosen one. That's why they don't want to be in your presence. Because you can see the deceit. You can see the wickedness. You can see the games. They know you can see it too. They know it. Nobody else can see it. See, they play on everybody else's emotions because everybody else is not as wise. They're not as wise as the chosen one. They're not as wise. They play on everybody's emotion. They go like a little damsel in distress. Like they so hurt and so broken. That's that spirit in them. That's that demon in them. Acting like they're so distraught. Like they're just, what it is. They are like they're a little victim. Yes, chosen by 4 the X-ray vision. They going around being, pretending to be a little victim to everybody. Oh, she did me so wrong. Oh, she did me so wrong. Oh, they abandoned. Oh, I'm just so abandoned. No, no. You deceitful. You wicked. Yes, a victim's mindset. And I don't do well with a victim's mindset chosen by Christ. Because you know why I don't do well? There is no reason for this person who I'm thinking about. There's no reason for them to be and think and act. There's no reason. You don't have no other reason other than you want to make that decision. They want to make this decision. It's just the wickedness in them. Until they get delivered, it's just in them. It's in their heart. And this is how I know when wickedness is involved. Let me tell you, this is how I know. This is how you know wickedness is involved. And see, people tend to want to judge you by the decisions that you make in your life and how you tend to, disassociate yourself, because they want to hold you to a title. They want to hold you to things that they never experienced, that they never had to experience. So they don't know how to make a decision. They don't know to make the decision that you're making because they never experienced what you experienced. But this is how you know when you're dealing with a person that's wicked. What they will do is, and this is how I know I was dealing with wickedness on a whole nother level. Right? When you're dealing with a wicked person and evil, what they would do is they would destroy, and I did a video on this, they would destroy key relationships that you have. Because they can't get you, because you know and you see through them. Right? You see through them. They can't get you. So what they'll do is they'll go behind your back. And they'll see, I went through this now. They'll go behind your back and they'll go to the people either that you don't deal with and team up with them, and they'll go to the people that you deal with, that you value their relationships. They'll go to the people where you value their relationships. They'll go to them and start slandering you. They'll go to them in a little sheepish, damsel in distress. I need help. This person is doing me wrong. Yes, Anik, they will. But you know what? You can't worry about that. This is why you got to unsubscribe. If a person is so weak and if they're so cowardly to believe something that somebody is saying and they don't come talk to you about it, they don't try to come get to the bottom, God is exposing these people and how they really feel about you. I had to walk through this thing. I had to walk through it. This is how I learned and got so much wisdom. I got so much wisdom because I had to go through it. Yes. So what they'll do is they'll go to people who they know you don't deal with, because these people are smart now. They'll go to people who they know you don't deal with. You don't hate them. You just don't deal with them. They'll go team up with them. But also they'll go to the people that you value their relationships, and they'll go slander you to them. They'll go, they'll go like, oh, they doing me wrong. Everybody, I'm the victim. Y'all rescue me. But you looking at them like, if you don't stop that foolishness, you looking at them like, if you don't stop all that foolishness and grow up and stop playing the victim, because you don't have an excuse to play a victim now. You don't have an excuse. I don't care what happened to a person. No one is coming to rescue you. There's plenty of help out there. Plenty of help. And people want to be a victim because they get more attention. But you best believe, let me tell you something. Yeah, woe is me, chosen by 4. Let me tell you something. All of them ones that's rescuing them so-called victims. Let me tell you, all of them ones that's rescuing the so-called victim, the damsel in distress, help, I need help, my wrist broke, I can't do nothing. That person gonna give them the business. They gonna give them the business. They gonna see the real them. Oh, they ain't gonna want you to know. It ain't gonna come back to you though. They gonna try to hide it. Because see, they prematurely supported the person because they didn't like you. Oh yeah, Matt Lloyd. Oh, see, look, them be the hard ones right there, Matt. Them parents. See, and dealing with the parents that are like this, the hardest thing about that is you can't separate the title mother from enemy. It goes against everything you've been taught biblically. It goes against everything that you stand for as a culture. Because if you look like me, our culture, we reverence our parents. We honor them. We respect them. But nobody don't want to talk about the wickedness. How do you deal with the wickedness? How do you deal with the parents that are jealous? How do you deal with the parents that are jealous of your spouse? How do you deal with the parents that want you to bow to them because they pushed you out? How do you deal with this? See, people don't want to talk about this. People got real life issues with their parents. That's a good one, Anik. Gray Rockham, child. Yes. Some parents are just spawns of Satan. We got to call it what it is. They're just wicked. They don't want their children to do better than them. A good mother want their children. I want my children to excel past me. Whatever I can do for my children to go further than me, I'm going to do it. As long as you respecting me now. I'm not going to be doing it and you disrespectful. You don't want to take wise counsel. You just want to be a menace. You can go ahead and be a menace by yourself. No, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to tolerate disrespect. Especially when I know I'm doing right and I'm doing what's right. Oh no. No, ma'am. No, sir. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. I would not tolerate a disrespectful child. No. No. Absolutely not. And the only thing you're trying to do is advise and counsel them. Exactly, Dwayne. You can feel it. You can feel it, you know. And it's sad. It's sad. It's sad. And it's hard for people to deal with this. It's hard for people to deal with those mothers who are just wicked. They don't want their own children to do good. They're always trying to bring their children down. What type of... That's all I can say. Shake my head. That's all I can say. Like, I want my children to stand on my shoulders. And that's sad, Anik, and it is. But I understand. You get no when you come here, there's no judgment, because I understand. Oh, I understand. I've been in a place where I experienced things like this. I've experienced. There's no judgment. You got people that try to make you feel bad. How do you not talk to your mother? That's your mother. That's the one who birthed you. That's also the one that's trying to harm me too. Yes. That's the one trying to harm me. That's the one trying to poison me. That's the one slandering me. That's the one lying on me to the family, my own mother. Like, people got real life issues, not only just with their parents, with their children, with their siblings, with their family. Like, this is real life stuff. Everybody out here don't have this kumbaya family. Kumbaya, my Lord. No, No, everybody don't have that family. No, everybody don't have that family, especially the chosen ones. If you're a chosen one, you don't have that family. You got one or two people. You got a handful of people in your family that you really could get deep and vulnerable with, and you still skeptical about them. For real. Psalms 46 verse 1. I'm serious. Exactly. And that's what pushed people to be loners. Because when you be feeling all that stuff, you can't trust. You don't know who to trust. And half of them who so-called seem like they're getting along, trusting each other, they talk about each other horribly. That's why chosen ones don't want to deal with folks. Like, it's like a bag of confusion. Yes, it's a bag of confusion. I just unsubscribe. I don't have time. It vexed my spirit to be around people, and they act like it's normal. They just got through talking bad about one family member, then they come around and they act as if they just didn't get through slandering them. If you got a problem with that person, go to that person. Like, I don't like that type of stuff. I feel like we should be able to discuss things. And that's another thing. In families, they can't discuss things without getting mad, without feeling like somebody calling them out. No, it's time to break that. It's time to communicate. If a person don't want to communicate, no, let them be. But communicate to get to the bottom of stuff. Don't just be sitting there assuming, oh, they did this. And half of the stuff they talking about don't even be the truth. Yes. Elsie, like, communicate. Don't be getting no attitude because somebody bring up something that's bothering them. Oh, you think you better anyways. All that. No, that's foolish. Yes. It's like, no, I don't have time for that. That's zapping up your energy. Like, no. And you're not going to be around people in this world that are perfect. I don't want people to get that sense, because I know how to deal with people. I don't care how they are. They could be drunk, whatever they do. I just know how to adapt. Right? Yes, chosen by 40, just always got to keep something going. It seems like people don't know how to be normal. Dysfunction is normal nowadays. Exactly, Michelle. I'm like, just communicate. And then when you don't want to deal with folks and you pull back and fall off the face of the earth, and they wondering where you are, and they trying to figure out, well, why she acting like that, and why this and why that. I don't have time for that. That's why I don't have time. And that's another thing, Michelle. It will fall on deaf's ear, because people want to be dysfunctional. That's when you fall back. That's when you unsubscribe. That's what I'm talking about. Just unsubscribe and live your life. You come out when need be and go back in when you have to. You will know. And don't make yourself. I don't listen. Let me tell y'all something. Oh yeah, that's the main one. You acting funny. See them terms like that back when I didn't know myself. Stuff like that used to get me down. Like little stuff people used to say. Oh, I used to be so down. I used to be so down in my spirit. Used to get mad, and I didn't want people to think that that I was acting funny. Oh yeah, I'm acting funny. I'm acting funny. I don't want to be around you. Sure don't. I don't want to be around this foolishness. I don't want to be around fake and phony. I got my own stuff going on. And that's another thing, chosen ones. When y'all have your own, because see, people think you don't have just because you don't put people in your business, people think that you don't have your own life issues going on. That you're not dealing with your own personal struggles and stuff. Right? They think you're not dealing with anything because you don't put everybody in your business. You're not on Facebook going back and forth with people. You're not putting people all in your business. But when you got your life going on, chosen one, when you experiencing life, when you don't want to be bothered, when you're trying to deal with situations with your children, when you're trying to manage your life and get yourself together, don't feel obligated to be there for people. Don't feel obligated. You don't have to go to different functions and different funerals and when you got your own stuff going on, your mental health is priority. Your mental health is priority. When you get to the point where you feel like you got to conjure up some energy, you got to kickstart yourself to get yourself going, to go to certain places, that means you don't need to be going. You don't need to be going. Like, common sense tell us, but we so broken and so, so hurt to where we don't want people saying nothing about us. Oh, she thinks she all that. Oh, she thinks she better than the family anyway. She think this. I sure do. Whatever you say, that's what I believe. I'm not going to defend myself no more. I'm not going to try to back down and cow down. Whatever you say, that's what you go with. Whatever you say, yes. Yes. Whatever kind of food you like. Remember coming to America when that wife, he was trying to find his bride, and the one when he said hop on your feet, 1 foot like a dog and bark like a dog, she would bark off, 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 off. So whatever they say, that's what you go along with. Stand on your head. You get over there and stand on your head. Basically, you agree with whatever they saying. Even the word tell us to agree with your adversary quickly. Agree with them, that'll shut them up. That's why exactly. Whatever you say. That's how you have to shut people up. Whatever kind of food you like, whatever you want. Yep, whatever you say. Yep. That's how you have to do people. Because people want a reaction out of you, chosen ones. They want your energy. They want you to go back and forth because that's all their spirit knows. Their spirit only thing their spirit knows is trash. Only thing their spirit knows is garbage, dysfunction, confusion, lies, deceit, strife, gossip. And if they're not getting that out of you, they're not living. Send them on with their little trash spirit. Tell them that's garbage. I'm out. I'm out. Like on Shark Tank. For that reason, I'm out. Look, I got all the little sayings coming up in my spirit. Shark Tank. Let them know you're out. Yes, it's like they be looking for it. Like they can't live. You can't even go. And this another place. You can't even go and have a good time without a person trying to dominate everything. And you always got to have this boss, the leader, who want to tell everybody what to do. But the chosen ones, we looking like, who you talking to? Because we don't listen well. Not with nobody trying to come with that energy. Not with that energy. We want respect. We want respect because we give it. We give it. But yeah, we got to unsubscribe. We're not subscribing to folks' issues. We let them keep their stuff. Let them figure out life how they're going to figure it out. Because people want you to spin your wheels. I remember I was spinning my wheels in a situation. And this what made me unsubscribe from foolishness right here. I remember I was in a situation, I was so done. I really didn't know what to do because I never experienced the situation. And to sit and watch the person look me in my face. This what took me out, y'all. I can laugh about it now. But to look, I don't care what they say, I don't care what people say. To look and watch the person look me in my face and smirk, that little evil smirk, that is, I can't even do the smirk, it's so evil. I don't know if y'all ever saw that little evil smirk. Like, yeah, I got you now. That smirk. Y'all don't saw that little smirk. Come on now, put in one in the chat. If you saw that little smirk on people's face, like, yeah, I got you now. Right where I want you. I got you. You're hurting. You're heartbroken. You're sad. You're miserable. You can't sleep. You can't eat. When I saw that look right there, God said, daughter, this is not your fight. This is not your fight. And it was that day. I remember where I was. I was at work. I was working in healthcare. And I was on the phone. I was on FaceTime with this person. And I sat there and watched that person with that smirk on their face saying, yeah, I got you now. What you gonna do? I got you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do now? That's what that smirk was. And I showed what I did. I showed the person what I did. Because, see, they thought they had me pinned down. They knew me, but they didn't know me. Look, they knew me, but they didn't know me. They knew me because of my heart. Because I'm a fighter. I'm going to try to work it out. I'm going to tough it out with you. I want you to do right. I want you to have a good life. Whatever I can do, I'm going to do it to make sure you excel. But you thought you knew me. You didn't know me. You knew me, but you didn't know me. And I showed that person too. To this day, I got to show them better than I could tell. I forgive the person and all. I forgive them. But people like to try to play. Exactly. Braves Club. Go play somewhere else. Oh, they found out real quick. Oh, they found out. But like, dang. I didn't know she could be like that. I mean, person pushed me to my wits end. Pushed me to the limit. You know, you don't want to go there. See, that's why I tell y'all can't let titles keep y'all hindered. Because you'll lose your mind. You'll lose your peace. And the enemy will get in these people. And they know it. And the enemy will have them. Have them. Oh, look at my little hair. I know y'all see my little hair. Have them to cause you to lose your mind. And you over there in a nut house somewhere. And they somewhere clubbing and partying. You don't got stressed out. You don't lost your mind. You got PSTD. You know, you got PSTD over there. You taking all kind of antidepressants and anxiety meds. I bet the devil is a lie. I looked the devil right in his eyes. I said, you ain't gonna hurt. You ain't gonna kill me. You're not gonna have me taking no meds. Before I cause you to have me lose my mind, I will unsubscribe. And that's exactly what I did. I unsubscribed. And I don't care who and how people feel about it. Because you don't know the deceit. You don't know the hidden agenda. You don't know the petty little stuff that I call it like a dog whisperer. You know, it's only like little things they do to try to get under your skin that only you can see. To everybody else, they over there, they a little sheep, a little lost dog, you know, a little runaway chihuahua, a little poodle in the community, a little stray dog over there in the community. Look, that little stray dog over in the community. But you can see that they're a spiritual pit bull. They evil under that little damsel under distress, little poodle. They're a poodle to everybody else. But underneath that little deceit, they're a spiritual pit bull causing all kind of havoc. But only the Holy Spirit could give you that discernment. Everybody else can't see it. Don't be surprised if everybody else think you the evil doer. You the one that's wrong. I would never do this, that, and the other. I would never do this, that, and the other. No, they would never do it because they didn't go through it. People always, my grandmother always taught me, and it's so true. Never say what you wouldn't do if you were not in that situation. Don't tell people, oh, I wouldn't do that. Like some people say, I would never cut my mama off. That's my mama. I'm gonna be there for my mama. And you got that same person saying, I'll never talk to my mama again. You got not the same person. You got someone else saying, I'll never speak to my mama again. For whatever that reason is, you can't judge people's situation. You're not in their shoes. You don't have to tolerate what they had to tolerate. Oh, it is. It's not the devil. See, that's why you got to look. I know what was speaking to me. It wasn't no enemy. Because of the evil that was in that person. The evil. And I saw it. I've been saw it. Exactly. Oh, Montreal. And that's what I peeped that too, Montreal. I peeped that too. The situation that I was in, going through. The person thought, and see, that's what I'm saying. That little evil smirk was my exit. That's when I unsubscribed. When I unsubscribed is when I saw that evil smirk, and the Holy Spirit right then and there told me, this is a game. This person is playing. This person is playing a game with you. A game. And I said, you know what? I'm not finna be going through this with this person. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna try. I wouldn't be looking this fly if I would have stayed there. Listen, I wouldn't be looking this fly, glowing up and stuff, if I would have stayed in that foolishness. I already got my own issues. I'm still fighting my own, trying to overcome my own battles and stuff. Look, I'm still trying to fight my own battles, but I got enough space in me to help somebody else fight their stuff. Chosen ones, we full of. That's why people want to be connected to us. We full of goodness and healing. We full of it. Even when we're down and out, we can give somebody else an encouraging word. We can guide somebody else. Like that song, I look fly, I look good. That little, what they say, that morning inspiration song. And people get up with the little meme, the little trending thing that going around. When they say, this is my morning motivation. Yes, I have to work on this. This ain't easy. If I let y'all know, if I told y'all what I've been through, like just spill my guts on the chosen ones, y'all would be like, girl, I don't know how you still up looking good. It's the Lord. Because I know I do the work on me. I don't shift the blame. I'm not a victim. If anybody could be a victim, I could claim victim. I could claim victim. I could say it was my mama. It was because I didn't have a dad and my daddy wasn't there. My daddy didn't show me how to, vet a man. My daddy didn't show me this. My daddy didn't show. I could blame my daddy. I could blame my mama, my daddy, my grandparents. I could blame everybody. I got a lot of people to blame. I got a lot of people, but that's not who I am. Because I understand people only did and they only could do, right, what they could with what they had during that time. My grandparents only was able to do what they could at that time. They didn't abuse me. They did what they could do at that time with the resources that they had. My parents only did what they could do in their ability at that time. So it's my job to take responsibility. Hence, that's why we have the Responsibility channel, to be accountable for my own happiness, my own success, and my own freedom. I'm not blaming nobody for that. I got to pick up my own cross. Exactly, Michelle. You don't know what you don't know. And that's how I look at it. Some people so stuck on what their parents didn't give them, what they didn't do. They probably didn't have it to give. They parents probably didn't, if you go back in history, they learned only what they was able to learn from their parents. And their parents didn't have it all. That's why we have to take up our own bed and walk. What I didn't get from my parents, grandparents, dad, and ain't nothing I can do about that now. They are dead and gone. I never blame them for anything. Exactly. And people just sit there and like, my mama didn't do this, my daddy didn't do that. You do it. You do it. They're not here anymore. And if you're an adult, you don't need them to do it. You do it. Oh, my parents were abusive. Yes, they were abusive. So that teaches you be different to your children. You love your children different. Oh, my daddy wasn't there. That means you need to be there for your children. You be a good daddy to your children. Oh, my mama didn't take care of me. My mama didn't. Let me tell y'all something. You're looking at a person that never had a conversation, never really had a relationship with my mom like that, to really talk about things that matter, talk about your cycle and stuff, and talk about, woman's things. Sorry, Matt and Dwayne, but y'all know. But talk about things like your body. I didn't learn that. My mama didn't teach me that. My grandparents didn't teach me that. Taught me some stuff. I learned that from my friends. They're not going to teach you everything. Some stuff you just got to learn on your own. But what that taught me, since my mama wasn't there, that taught me to be there for my children. That taught me to be there for my daughters. Have an open door for them. When they first got their little cycles and stuff, to prepare them, prep them for what they need to do. Show them, do little, I did little bag kits, for my daughters, and I kept talking to them about this is, when your cycle come, this is what to look for. So when that time came, they already knew. They wasn't like me, lost in the sauce, and didn't know. I didn't have that. I could have blamed my mama for that. No, that means you do better. You don't repeat the cycle. Exactly. I watched both my mom and dad smoke rock. I saw them pipe the can and pipe the pipe, put the crack on the pipe. Don't mean to get graphic. I got to speak my truth. That taught me that's not something I'm going to do. I'm not doing that. I watch them. I've said this plenty of times on my channel. It's nothing new. And I'm saying it to brag or to put myself on a pedestal, but I'm giving you this example because it's telling me what not to do. Like I heard this story about, some of you probably heard it, but this is how I heard it. I'm gonna tell my own version of it. You had two brothers that were twins, and they grew up in an abusive family. They grew up with an abusive dad, rather. I think he was a single dad, and for real, Dwayne, I grew up with they say, these two twins, and the two twins, they grew up with an alcoholic dad. And you had one that was successful, and you had one that was an alcoholic. One of the brothers were successful, very successful, and one was an alcoholic. And when both of the brothers were asked, how did you end up this way? They both said the same thing. They both said the same thing. One said, I am successful because my dad was an alcoholic. And the one that became an alcoholic said the same thing. I am an alcoholic because my dad was an alcoholic. They said the same thing. How powerful is that? The same thing, but different perspectives, and they went different directions. That is powerful. That is powerful. Like, this is why it's hard for me to give people excuses. It's hard for me, and I know everybody's not the same. See, we kind of soften people up and make them feel like they deserve a way out. But this is why it's hard for me to give people an excuse. It's hard for me to give people excuses because there are none. Even if you were abused to the 10th degree, I get it. And I empathize with you. But you still have a choice to do something and be something different. That's true too, chosen by 40. This is why you need God. I didn't do it all by myself. I'm not going to sit here and play. Let me correct this now. Let me go back and let me reverse. Let me reverse now. It was me and the good Lord. It was the Lord and I. It wasn't just me. I've always had a relationship. No, I didn't always do the right thing and make the right decision. But I always had a repentant heart. I always had a pure heart. Hold on. Yes. Exactly. And he did. He did. He always sent people along the way to help me. Y'all need to watch the Book of Eli. And I keep repeating this book for some reason. Watch the Book of Eli. Go watch the Book of Eli. I got to go get my daughters. But go watch the Book of Eli. He'll send the right people along the way. That's a powerful message in the Book of Eli. But anyways, I got to get ready to go get my daughters. But yeah, unsubscribe from people's issues. Don't let people's issues cause you, right? Cause you to be stuck and stagnant and you upset and mad and fearful and, you feeling sorry for yourself and don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Unsubscribe. Let people go through their process. Sometimes you got to love tough. Back in the day, my grandmother used to tear my butt up. She did. She used to wear me out when I got out of line. Tough love. That's tough love. But I knew she cared for me. I didn't always get butt whippings though on my dad's. I'm talking about my dad's mom. She didn't beat her Nikki Peaky too much. I think I count on one hand how many times I got a pow. But she was always correcting me. Yes, chosen by 4. He'll send the right people. And see, that's another thing. People want to make it seem like you need them. You don't need them. You need people who are going to be aligned with you. You don't need people who are just out of line with you, who always causing chaos and confusion. You never could be on the boat rowing together. You don't need people who not rowing with you. You trying to go to the promised land to experience the fat grapes. We trying to get to the fat grapes. Let me put my little, I can't type in here. I wish, Matt, put the fat grapes in there, Matt. Anik, put the little fat grapes logo, the little fat grapes emoji. My group members, you all can put the fat grapes emoji. So put the little fat grapes or promised land. Yeah, put the promised land emoji in there. The grape symbol. The custom one. You should be able to do the custom one, Anik. The little yellow box with the grapes. But we're headed to the promised land. We don't have time to be, yeah, that one, Matt. That one there right there. We don't have time to be sitting here fighting. We trying to experience the fat grapes in the land of milk and honey. That signifies your peace, your wealth. You got good relationships. We're not out here trying Lone Rangers. No. But if we got to unsubscribe from you to get to where we're trying to go, guess what? I'm unsubscribing. Exactly. Them fat grapes, Tyrenia. I got time to be sitting here fighting. We want people to be on the same, rowing in the same direction. We trying to row right, but they all over the place. No, we need people rowing with us. Either you get on the boat with us or this is your stop. It's okay. And that's another thing, chosen ones. It was hard for me. I'm not going to lie. I said I gave a message earlier. It's hard for us to release people because we're so loyal. We got this ingredient called loyalty. We will suffer. We ride or die with people. We folks ride or die. And they only our ride, but they're not gonna die with us. We folks ride or die. We'll roll with people till the wheels fall off. But they won't roll with us. They won't roll with us. We gonna roll with them. And they know that. We gonna roll. We gonna pull up. If we got to pull up like the Flintstones, the chosen ones gonna be there right with them. Walking that thing out. Footing that thing like the Flintstones. But they won't do that for us. When you get a chosen one, you getting a real rider. And this is why people try to damage us chosen ones. They try to damage us and hurt us so we won't be able to give that goodness to no one else. They don't want us to trust other folks. Yes, Dwayne, we gonna Flintstone that thing. We walking up in there, we footing it. We footing, we pulling up in there. We carrying in the car. We right there with them. They rolling in there. We rolling. Exactly. We roll. We rolling right up in there, right with them. We real ride or die, chosen ones. Everybody else about that. I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna do this and do that. And soon as hardship come, soon as sickness come, they don't checked out. They don't gone and went down the street. But you chosen one, you tough things out with folks. Until you see and realize they're not there for you like you there for them. They're not there for you like you're there for them. They pretend and they make it seem like that for everyone else. They're not there for you. Exactly, Tyrenia. Yeah, we ain't nobody property. We ain't nobody property. We God's property. Yeah. We God's property. Yeah, all of that are neat. All them terms that they do. But that's all right, because we unsubscribing. We learning. We getting healthier, wiser. Healthier, wiser, and we're learning. We're on this healing journey to learn so we can stop feeling guilty for certain decisions, right? But anyways, I got to go get my daughters. But it's always nice talking to the chosen ones. You know, I love coming here talking to you all. You all should know that by now. You should know that by now. Yes, we're trying to put us in the box. Like, box where? Box who? You gonna put us in no box? Matt, thank you, dear. I appreciate you being a loyal member, Matt. You see, I've been putting, y'all join the membership. You see, I've been putting more videos in the membership for you all. I've been trying to do right. I've really been trying to do right with what, with all I have going on. I'm trying to do right by my members. I'm trying to hold up my end of the bargain. And I appreciate you all for your loyalty. It means a lot to me to know that you all are, really listening to what I have to say, listening to my, my wisdom, that means a lot to me. That really means a lot. And I really appreciate it. That's okay, Dwayne. Take your time, dear. Look, take your time. Take your time. It'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. But I really appreciate that. I really do. I really do. So y'all just be ready. I hope I don't overwhelm you all in the group, because I do have a lot more videos to upload. But I'm holding up my end of the bargain. You're welcome, Dwayne. You're welcome, dear. And may God bless you in your endeavors. You keep pressing, and you keep doing what's right. You keep doing what's right. God sees all. You're not working unto man. You got to do things unto God. You got to do things that are right, making sure God sees it, knowing that he sees it, and he will honor that. You got to remember that. I know it's the hardest thing, especially on these jobs, is the hardest thing, but you got to make sure you're doing what's right so God can honor that. So let me go get my babies. I will talk to you all. Be blessed.